HM Enterprise. If you are looking for quality, durable, and affordable electric and electrical appliances, HM Enterprise is the answer. We have quality television flat screens of different sizes, solar fridges, freezers, electric fridges and freezers, solar panels, solar batteries, car batteries, beam and ceiling lights, fans of different categories, electric wires, sockets, modern switches, car tapes, and many more. HM Enterprise. We have woofers and speakers for music lovers, Akendema, stabilizers, generators, water pump. We are located at number 1 Carver Avenue, Westfield, number 5 Carver Avenue, just opposite Central School, number 100 Carver Avenue, after American Embassy, just near the traffic light. Call us on. Ni lafta kende mala, alla bunkono joranlu. HM Enterprise is the answer. We give quality flexible payment plan to our customers. HM Enterprise, we're here in the Gambia and for the Gambia.
Tune in, the House of Paints, the place where colorants are made. The House of Pigments, where colors are mixed to give you your desired texture. Choose your color, we make it for you. Tinning Paint leaves long-lasting natural effects on walls. No cracking, no peel-off, no particles. Tinning Paint with natural cooling effects, smooth and soothing for all latest designs and structures. Think it, we make it. Our experts will advise you the best color that fits your house. Tinning Paint, the only natural paint factory in the Gambia. Make a choice, we mix it. European quality, made in the Gambia. Tinning. Nyoko Boka.
This program is sponsored by the Association of Real Estate Companies, Global Properties,
Your innovative property solutions,
Abujula Real Estate,
Operation Own Your Property,
Makasutu Real Estate.
Customer satisfaction is guaranteed.
5-star Real Estate and Construction.
We turn bush to be a city.
BMG Properties.
Outstanding home providers.
Top Spot Properties.
Ideal home for all.
Mano Properties.
Committed to the people, committed to the future.
EJ Investments.
First in property.
United Real Estate.
Together we build a nation.
Kairosu Real Estate.
Link us and be a home builder.
Sultan Traders and Real Estate.
We don't bend the truth to make sales.
Solid Properties.
Affordable shelter for all.
Kombu Real Estate.
Operation Shelter the Nation.
B4U Properties.
Your reliable estate dealers.
Senegambia Real Estate.
Home beyond imagination.
Care Finder.
Find your desired home anywhere in the Gambia.
Himfarm 3 Properties.
Always at your service.
S&S Properties.
Dreams come true.
Universal Properties.
The Gambia's most experienced real estate.
Family Zone Properties.
Home, a need for everyone.
Guaranteed Dream Properties.
Your dreams come true.
Star Properties.
We are life changers.
Tough Africa Global.
Our experience is global. Our focus is Africa. Together we are AREC.
Assalamu alaikum Gambia. Welcome to another episode of the Real Estate TV show. I am your host Abubakar Dabo. Tonight we'll talk about land administration level at a very advanced level. We would like to know the functions and the responsibility of the Brikama Area Council, the CEO, Mr. Mam said. Their state of awareness about the existence of the Real Estate Association companies in the Gambia. That's AREC. Join the conversation. Don't miss it out. It's going to be a very interesting episode. Hi. Welcome to another teaching episode of your Real Estate Show. I am your host Abubakar Bibi Dabo. Tonight I have a very highly experienced person in the land administration system, Mr. Mam Said Jallo. Mr. Mamsaid Jallo has 39 years of working experience in the field and 23 years as the CEO. He rose through the ranks and due processes to occupy this high office. And he is the CEO of one of the biggest, in fact the biggest council in the Gambia, the Brikama. Mamsaid Jallo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Abubakar, for having me on this program.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Mam, should we start first by telling the Gambian people the responsibility of being the CEO of the Gambia's biggest council, that's the Brikama?
Thank you very much. As I said, thank you very much and welcome to my office. Welcome to Brikama Area Council in general. Basically, the role of a CEO is just the same as the role of any other CEO. As the head of administration and management of any institution, and of course including the Brikama Area Council. And the law also provides for as the CEO being the accounting officer and the technical advisor of the council, basically, and responsible of the day-to-day running of the council.
The day-to-day running of the council.
Yes, please.
And equally, you also the main finance. Should we say finance director, or you do some finance accounting rather?
There is a director of finance.
Yes.
I am responsible. I am the accounting officer. I am responsible of directing the council, you know, on its general administration.
General administration. Okay. So we do the second one as the land administration system. This is should I call it the tertiary level or another advanced level of the land administration matters from the alcalos, and we are meeting the area council. Area council, many people wouldn't know their responsibility or what they partake in land documentation. We would like to know the juncture or the process from the alcalos transfer, the local transfer to the area council. What is the relationship?
Now, the land administration, as far as land transfer is concerned, is such that we have put in place a system that basically our intention and our objective, main objectives, is to protect mainly the buyer. More of the reason why we request for what is referred to as the local transfer, which of course is at the level of the alkali. That is where the two parties, the buyer and the seller, would agree, and then it's put on a document, you know, at the level of the alkali, signed by the two parties and their witnesses, and of course attested to by the alkali, and that is the local transfer. Upon obtaining that, you go to the process is that you go to the physical planning,
Yes.
And obtain, you know, a sketch plan and an approved one for that matter.
Now approved one.
Approved one, not only a sketch plan. A sketch plan could be drawn by anybody. It could be done by anybody. But then the office of the regional physical planning officer has a responsibility and an authority to vet that sketch plan and make sure that, you know, it is correct and you know, it gives its value. Either it is accepted or not. Where it is accepted, it is stamped, and then, you know, all the information that is required from the office to indicate that, you know, that sketch plan is okay. You know, it's not within, for example, it's not within you know, an area that is designated for something else, or it's not, you know, a lease area or something like that, or it's not government property. Then the two documents that you have now,
yes,
is what you take to the bank, an eco bank for that matter, you know, where you are supposed to pay $5,000. The bank will accept the two documents, you know, they look at it and then, you know, accept the 5,000, and then you know, draw you a bank slip. The bank slip is given to you. You plus the bank slip, now you come to the area council, okay, where you go to an office referred to as the land transfer office. Two personalities are seated there. Upon, you know, arrival at the office, you go to one who draws a receipt for that 5,000 to ensure accountability, regardless of the fact that the amount is paid at the bank and it's paid into a council's account. You know, we also want to ensure that, you know, it's paid also into the council's accounting books. We can only do that when a receipt is drawn for it. Now a receipt is drawn for that $5,000, and then the process is transferred to the one that is with the computer. All the information in relation to the transfer, starting from the land itself, the land size, the location, and all those details, telephone numbers, and the two parties that are transferring will all be in, and they are witnesses. The alkali, there is a portion where the alkali signs, there is a portion where the chief signs, and then there is a portion where the how to call it, the CEO and the chairman sign. And let me avail you the opportunity to have, this is how it should look like. All right.
Okay.
This is the land transfer. All right.
Okay.
That is the two parties, the seller and the buyer. Then you have the witnesses. Then you have the alkali, and then you have the chief, and that's why the CEO signs. The CEO is the approving authority.
Yes.
All right. This office is what I refer to as the Sirat.
The Sirat.
Yeah, because it's very difficult. For you to cross here. We always want to make sure that everything is intact before you cross here. Because
so you do the. Should I say you do the final vetting?
We do the screening.
You do the
vetting and the screening and whatever name you give it.
Yes.
Everything is done at this level to ensure that everything is intact to protect the buyer.
Okay, that's clear.
Right, and then for administrative purposes, it is sent to the chairman for him to endorse. That's just ceremonial. When it passes the office of the CEO, then it means you have passed your exam.
Okay. Should we say that now, with the new system being implemented just 1 year ago, that it has to be approved by the physical plan office before the payment is done at the bank for the area council? Should we say that there is lesser, because I could not say 100% leakage free at the alcalos level, because I talked to the alcalos. Some of them might not go do the site visit physically, and we all know the land ownership, the indigenous land ownership or occupancy in the Gambia. It could be from inheritance. Okay, should we say that you don't have much complaints about such dispute at the alcalos level, at your level?
Yeah. I think there is even more to that. Reform of transfer fees. That is minimized, given the fact that as I said the other time before we introduced the system, the new system, and we wrote to the bank. I said it looks like we are putting the cart before the horse, because before we allow people to go and pay to the bank, we should be ascertain, we should be sure that the properties that are being transferred, are vetted by the physical planning and given a green light that there is no problem. It's not within any
So the system, the introduction of the approving authority, prior coming to the office, does this lessen the land commotion?
Yes, very well. In fact, it has sent a very clear signal to people that those people who are involved in dubious activities, because as you said, the alcalis in most cases they don't go on the ground.
Yes.
So sometimes they are being baffled by other people. They just come and tell them, hi, babe, I have a property.
This is where I'm coming from.
Exactly. So the alkali would just sign. And at the end of the day, when they are allowed to go and pay to the bank, they go and pay their 5,000 and then just go to fiscal planning just to be told that area
belongs to someone else.
It belongs to someone else, or is within an embargo. Or this kind of thing.
Okay, we would like to take a quick break, but when we come back, there are a lot more to talk about. We are talking about rate, because we understand that your council also is the responsibility of your council about rate, and also I think the capital gain tax process due starts from here before it goes to GRA. So you have a lot of work to do. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back in a minute.
South Africa Global is pleased to launch Dalaba Housing Estate. Dalaba Housing Estate is our newest estate located on the Sukuta Jabang Road. You can buy a finished 2 or 3 bedroom house or service plots accompanied with a free fence and gate. At Dalaba Housing Estate, you get to enjoy bituminized roads, gated and fenced properties, solar street lights, water reticulation, public amenities, 1,500 fruit trees aligned in streets, and many more. Make a 25% down payment today and spread the balance conveniently for 10 years with GT Bank, EcoBank, and Trust Bank. Terms and conditions apply. Wait, this is the best part. We are giving a discount on outright payments. For more information and exceptional service, please call our office line on +220 376 2333 or +220 776 2333.
Welcome back if you're just joining us. I am Abubakar Bibi Dabo, your host. And here I am talking with Mam Said Jallo, the CEO of Brikama Area Council. We are talking about advanced level of land administration matters. Mr. Mam, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, as we are talking about the transactional processes on land documentation from the Alcamus level to your level, we want to shift our attention a little bit on other functions of your council. That's the rates, taxes, and so forth. Many people wouldn't know this, but let me make a primary question. What is this rate and how is rate calculated?
Now, the rates are in two folds. If you talk about the rates, they are in two folds. One is at the level of the council, which of course deals with compound rates. Yes. That is an annual payment. But the other one that is related to the transfer is the sales tax that goes to government. That is the responsibility of GRA.
The sales tax.
Yeah, the sales tax.
This is
or
not
if you like capital gain tax.
Okay.
Yes, if you like. Yeah.
It's the common word.
Yeah, that's the capital common word. I'm sorry. That is the responsibility of how to call it, GRA, as I said. But here is a situation where I am deeply involved in the sense that I am at a position where I can safeguard and make sure that the GRA collects a lot of revenue. There is no system in place that can tell GRA that this particular land transfer is done and completed and GRA payment is done. So I have a responsibility by virtue of who I am, by virtue of my responsibility and by virtue of a pure Muslim having taken the oath, that I make sure that every transfer pays its capital gain tax. So in a nutshell, I am part and parcel of the collection process of GRA. I know the senior management do know that, and they do appreciate that very well. And I take it as a pride, as my part of my responsibility, towards national development, regardless.
That's great. There's no perfect system.
Very well.
Should I say, in overviewing, overseeing the whole process from the preliminary level to the tertiary level. Don't you think there's a leakage somewhere? There could be leakage.
Yeah, there is no, as you said, there is no system that is perfect. Yes. I understand at one point there was, I was made to understand from GRA that there was some, if you like, leakage. Yes. Which they detected in their system, and my attention was called immediately. And as a result, we teamed up and put in place a mechanism. Myself and the GRA put in place a mechanism where any land transfer that comes, I have to ensure that regardless of the fact that the documents indicating payment at GRA
yes.
are attached, I ensure that you take it back to the income tax office, yes, for them to ascertain that this payment is correct. Okay. So this is a condition that we have just added on to the just to ensure that people pay and they pay.
Can we say this primarily that you make sure that the capital gain tax is paid before it comes to the office?
Yeah, of course, very well.
It is paid.
It's paid
before it comes to the office.
It's paid before it comes to the office.
Okay, and that particular leakage is now being corrected by the system.
It's corrected, and we are working hand in glove with income tax GRA to make sure that all the payments are authentic.
Good. Okay. The payments could be authentic, yes, but still, I want to believe that there would be I cannot call it a leakage, but should I say a sort of dishonesty, because the buyers, if the buyer and the seller do not come with an honest opinion of the figure, the amount being involved, because we understand that GRA, the capital gain tax, is being calculated by the volume of the cash involved or the buying price.
Okay.
Do you think that both these transactors will tell you the actual figure that is being involved?
Okay, I don't
because we understand that there's no system.
I don't think that is within my domain. But let me first of all apologize to GRA if I have not said it correctly.
Yes.
But my understanding is that GRA, they have their own system of calculation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They don't base their calculation or their charge on the information that is coming from the buyer and the seller as to how much money is involved.
Okay.
They have their own system. My understanding is that there are two things that are most important in their calculation. One is the land location and the land size. That much I know. But they also have their system of calculation.
Yeah, it's something. It's similar. It's similar because what happened is we all understand that there are some. Gambia is a very small country. For instance, land costing in Fajara, the selling price of land in Fajara would be very different if you want to buy a land from, let's say, Latiria.
Yes.
We understand this. So that's why I'd say it will be also calculated by the cost of the land. Yes, because you and I can presume the cost of land in a different location.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that their calculation. There are two things that are very important in their calculation. That is the location of the land. The land in Fajara is completely different from the one that is in somewhere else in West Coast or in Fonyi. Okay. Now the size also is different. Beyond that, is above me.
Okay, fine. This is a tour. I know from here I will be talking with the GRA representatives. Yes. Quickly, before we take a minute break, the Alcalos, they are under the watchmanship of the area council. Should we say so? Yes, they are the first custodian of our land.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I can say that GRA, I mean the area council, is a little bit above watching our plot. This is the diamond of the Gambia.
Very well.
Okay. They were responsible of rate collection. And now I'm seeing area councils having their offices in various areas, in various addresses, doing this directly. Does this affect the relationship between?
No, it does not affect the relationship. So what happened is the tradition was the councils were using the alcalos by virtue of who they are in their settlement, to collect their rates, and more of the.
But it was not primarily their responsibility.
No, it was not their responsibility. The law provided for the council officials to legally have responsibility of collecting the rates. They are the ones with the receipts.
How much is collected?
No, it depends on what type of compound you have. If it's an empty plot, is $100.
And depends on the
when there are structures, it depends on the type of structures that are in the compound.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll take a quick break. That's the second break. We'll look around the Greater Banjul area where Mr. Mamseti Jallo is responsible of. And when we come back, we'll wrap up the show with a different or very relative topic. Let's take a break. Welcome back. If you are late to join the Real Estate TV show, I am here with Mamseti Jallo, the CEO of Brikama Area Council. We've been talking about the due process in land documentation, administration, and also rate and taxes. Mamseti, welcome.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yes, it reminds me, when you talk about tax, is everything or every compound taxable in the Gambia? Because I come across a word, tax and exemption.
The only exemptions for tax is, public
land use.
Public land use. Like, for example, what I mean is schools, hospitals, mosques. Those are the only exemptions.
What about the international investors? Like, if they should have a hotel, so these are commercial.
They all pay. Yeah, there is no exception. Even government properties pay. Even properties that belong to government are paid for. The only exception is the mosques, the churches, the public places.
And quickly, your department or your council, your office is responsible of occupancy.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you can you see, you can only have occupancy. Occupancy is referred to as the junior lease.
Yes.
That is the document that you can use for mortgages and anything. It's a title deed, if you like, but you can only have it in two ways. One, if you are able to produce evidence that you own this land before 1993. Okay, that was a condition that we just put in place before 1993, and the only proof that you can provide is those yard slips that we used to provide. If you are able to provide that, testifying that you have been paying your rate since then you can acquire occupancy directly. Otherwise, you must have to attach on the occupancy, a copy of the completed land transfer.
Okay.
All right. So those are the only
Summary, just in 30 seconds. Let's say from the Alcalo transfer, you have the
Alcalo transfer. You go to the physical planning, then to the bank, then to the area council, then you go to go back to the authorities and the parties that are involved for all of them to sign, and then you go to GRA.
Okay. Pay capital gain tax.
Pay capital gain tax,
and
later you put in all the attachments like the photocopy of the identity of that the person that is transferring, and and evidence that you have paid all your rates.
That's the time they can finally come to Mr. Mamsel.
Yes, of course. Otherwise, of course, that's his right. Otherwise, you have to go back and correct your things.
Okay, that's very clear. Ma'am said, you and I will agree that land is the most expensive commodity in our blessed country, the Gambia.
Very well.
And there is an office, and now, should I say, a new trend of this business taking over the Gambia. That's the real estate industry. And how do you perceive this? How is this working with your experience in the office?
Yeah, well, as you said, land is now the diamond of the country, to be very frank, and all of us do know that. Well, it's unfortunate, and I must have to apologize to say that. Unfortunately, I don't know much about AREC. I came to know about AREC. It was very interesting.
Yeah, this is the Association of Real Estate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I saw it on TV. I saw it on TV, and what it reminded me when I saw the name AREC, it reminded me of that plane which I had an experience.
Good or bad experience?
Very bad experience. But then going back to the program,
yes.
It was an interesting thing. That was the time that I knew that that there's that number of real estate. In this country, I was thinking, the number should not be more than 10. To be very frank, just to know that seeing the advertisement, I said, okay, why are all this? Because to be very frank, we don't have that relationship with them, and as a result of that lack of relationship between the Brikama Area Council and AREC as an umbrella body, we are treating all the real estate agencies as just as ordinary as any ordinary person who is just selling a land. You go through the same process.
And
of course,
and you understand that you can believe me that AREC, as the umbrella of the real estate companies, representing every agency,
of course.
Okay, they should be having a special treatment. Well, because they're development partners. Well,
I would have thought that if we had that relationship,
yes,
something could have imagined, because we respect them for the simple reason that they are also contributing their quota in national development in terms of land administration.
But this
for me, I don't know how much they are selling their lands, all of them. Maybe I know one or two of them. But then I would have thought that at least they are providing that kind of land, secured land to people, and at an affordable price, average.
Yes.
So we would have treated them, as maybe differently.
Yes,
if we had that partnership and relationship. But as far as I know, having been in this council for the past 4 years, you have never seen any correspondence, any relationship, any kind of PPP, between the council, any engagement for that matter.
But it could be serious, because I understand that the ministry have that very close working relationship with AREC.
Yeah.
The lands office, the physical plan, because I received a message that they had several meetings and they are working on a policy, they are working on a regulation rather, so that they can able to regularize the industry through AREC. And if I'm not forgetting, there was a representative from the council in that meeting, from the Brikama Council. So I want to, should we conclude that there is a breakdown of communication?
Well, I think there is a break. You see, we always, even at the Land Administration Board of West Coast Region,
yes,
we have always raised concern as to our lack of involvement,
yes,
as far as the real estate activities are. Their relationship is a tripartite one, if you like.
Yes.
It's between the traditional landowners, AREC, and government, period. We don't know anything. Whatever agreement they may reach, is between them. But at the regional level, we have very little, if any, knowledge of what exists. All that we know, all that we see, especially my office, is, for example, a real estate dealer acquires a land, and the transfer process from the traditional owner is being processed to the agency, and it takes the same process as an individual, and the same conditions. The only difference is that instead of requesting for an identity card, we request for their registration.
We don't have much time now, but I think this is a very interesting conversation. Unfortunately, where we are getting, to the climax, and the time is also, my director is alerting me. This is one of the Gambia's problem. That's communication. I think people sitting on files, or people not willing to communicate across the board is lacking. Or I think this is destroying so many of our development progresses in the Gambia. So, Ma'am said it has been a very nice time talking to you.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. And I hope indeed this has helped enough people, many citizens, because land is the most valuable commodity in the Gambia. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Abubakar, for having me. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And it has been a very good topic, a very good discussion with one of the Gambia's most highly experienced personality in the field of land administration, Ma'am Said Jallow. I've been your host, Abubakar Dabo. Till we meet again for another more exciting topic. Follow us. This program is sponsored by the Association of Real Estate Companies, Global Properties,
Your innovative property solutions.
Abujula Real Estate,
Operation Own Your Property.
Makasutu Real Estate.
Customer satisfaction is guaranteed.
5-star Real Estate and Construction.
We turn bush to be a city.
BMG Properties.
Outstanding home providers.
Top Spot Properties.
Ideal home for all.
Mano Properties.
Committed to the people. Committed to the future.
EJ Investments.
First in property.
United Real Estate.
Together we build a nation.
Kairosu Real Estate.
Link us and be a home builder.
Sultan Traders and Real Estate.
We don't bend the truth to make sales.
Solid Properties.
Affordable shelter for all.
Kombo Real Estate.
Operation Shelter the Nation.
B4U Properties.
Your reliable estate dealers.
Senegambia Real Estate.
Home beyond imagination.
Care Finder.
Find your desired home anywhere in the Gambia.
Himfarm 3 Properties.
Always at your service.
SMS Properties.
Dreams come true.
Universal Properties.
The Gambia's most experienced real estate.
Family Zone Properties.
Home, a need for everyone.
Guaranteed Dream Properties.
Your dreams come true.
Star Properties.
We are life changers.
Tough Africa Global.
Our experience is global. Our focus is Africa. Together we are AREC.
Holy neck of